So God is still speaking, still acting, still inspiring God's people toward justice and unity. In my reading, that's the essence of our text. One of my favorite scripture passages, actually, but we'll get there. I'm going to start with a question. I'm curious. Does anybody here still talk to old friends from, say, grade school? Quite a few. All right, picture them. Are they much different now than they were then? Are you much different? Even if you didn't raise your hand before, raise your hand if you're a much different person now than you were in grade school. Perhaps it goes without saying, I'm a much different person. That's not entirely what I intended. That's okay. I'm still close with a few friends from that time in my life. I have to tell you, I do feel comfortable to be myself around them, but a few years ago, I did find that I was having a difficulty telling them something that was going on in my life. And that was that I had become a seminarian, that I was planning to become a pastor. Maybe this gives you a kind of idea of the kind of person they knew me to be back then, maybe the kind of people they are. And you probably know people like this. People who are open-hearted and open-minded, but when it comes to religion, and maybe especially Christianity, if we're honest, there's distrust. They might be apt to quote, it's actually a quote attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, which is, I like your Christ. I do not like your Christians. Your Christians are so unlike your Christ. Some might get this opinion after seeing their friends and loved ones railed against by pop culture preachers with inerrant biblical verses in their back pockets. And they might even go a step farther, saying, in a sense, aren't these people right? Doesn't the Bible say that stuff? Doesn't the plain text of the Bible exclude and demonize people? Doesn't it do it to you, Pastor Stephanie? What use do I have for a religion that would call vulnerable people abhorrent, that calls my friends abominations? I would have said these things right along with them. And the reason I'm telling you that is I want to give you an idea of how prevalent this view of the Bible is in the culture, even in people who are not in it, and how associated it is with Christianity in general. That's what we thought Christians were.